Good morning, News in Motion viewers. How are you doing today on this Tuesday morning? Um, today is February 21st, 2023. As you're grabbing your coffee, grabbing your breakfast, getting ready to head into the workplace, let us know where you're tuning in from, whether it's through Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, if you're an audio or podcast listener. If you're watching a replay, good evening, good afternoon to you as well. With that being said, let's get this news in motion.
News in motion.
What's up, everyone? It is time for News in Motion. I wanted to see who's in here. I see Jeffrey Allen James, Deborah Johnson, Marion Jackson, Robert Holman, George Sanders, Lori Wallace. Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, February the 21st, 2023. I am your host, Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. I see you, Roseanne, coming in here as well. I see all of you popping in here. Great, great, great. Y'all, so much news we want to share. We want to get to it as soon as possible. But first, I just want to know how your long weekend was. Did y'all miss us yesterday? I would say I missed you all, but I slept in and it was so good. It was just all good. So I won't say I didn't miss you, but I enjoyed sleeping in. So let us know in the chat if you're tuning in by audio or on podcast. We love when y'all send us in emails or you come to the chat later and make your comments. If you're watching a replay, same to you. We just want to say thank you for hanging out with us Monday through Thursday at 7:25 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's get started. But as we're doing that, come on, talk to me. Let me know in the chat. What did you do? What was happening this past weekend for you? Anything amazing? Weather is crazy all over the place. I see my brother coming in here. Good morning, Liz Pryor the third. Just talk to us. What were you doing? Deborah's show was on yesterday. Kenny's show was on Saturday. Both really great podcasts. They're growing their own base, so that's great as well. I see you, Dr. Antoinette. Good AM to you. I see you, Pastor Alex Williams. Good morning to you. I see you, Regina Shorts. Good morning to you. Y'all, as Isaiah shared in the beginning, we have him come in now before the video. I see you, Jacqueline. As he said, today is February the 21st, and he also told everyone, go ahead and like and share it to get our algorithm going. We're going to talk a little bit about the algorithm in a few moments as well. All right, y'all, our business highlight today. Oh man, Kennedy Cakes, and she does ship. So I want to talk about that as Isaiah put that image up on the board. Black business highlight. Adrienne, she is the owner and head baker of Kennedy Cakes, born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. She was an esthetician makeup artist for over 30 years, but she had always dreamed of owning her own cake boutique since baking beside her mom as a little girl. That dream became a reality in 2009 when Kennedy Cakes was established. They called her the Cake Lady. She said she's been baking for many years with the experience and recipes passed down from her mother and grandmother, the original Cake Ladies. The name Kennedy Cakes come from her daughter, and she said she also calls her cupcake. Her name is Kennedy. Kennedy Cakes is a way to celebrate your special occasion with an amazing cake inside and out. What you can count on with Kennedy Cakes are fine, quality ingredients with a touch of love in every bite. Please check out her website, She Does Ship, which is www.kkakes.com. Again, that's www.kkakes.com. And again, y'all, that is Kennedy Cakes. Phenomenal cakes, I will tell you myself. Thank you, Isaiah. Her cakes are amazing. I get on her order for Thanksgiving. I get on her order for Easter. I get on her order for Father's Day. I get on her order for my husband's birthday. My daughter went last year. She kind of like snuck in and got the cake before me for Father's Day. I was like, "What you doing? What you doing?" She goes, "That's my gift to Dad. Just go pick it up." Because I went to go order it, and Adrian's like, "You already have an order in here. I think your daughter beat you to the punch." Listen, y'all, her cakes are absolutely phenomenal. Red velvet cake, German chocolate cake, her strawberry cupcakes, y'all, just good. So check her out, check her out, check her out. Let me see what some of you are saying. Let's see. Kim says Kennedy cakes are amazing. They are, they are, they are. Lori says great long weekend, worked on my upcoming production in May and started purging my closets. Go girl, go girl. What's up, Sardinia? Lori says love Kennedy cakes. Yeah, her Nabo sister. Roseanne said, love Adrian, grew up with her. She went to our church, Second Baptist. I forgot about that. You're right. So yeah, and Regina said, ooh, her cakes look amazing. Listen, y'all, her cakes are amazing. They are amazing. Seriously, seriously. It's worth putting in the order and having it shipped to you. Deborah says she went on an awesome luncheon with good friends and filled her love tank this weekend. This weekend I chilled. Um, uh, Friday I had blanket, pillow. I was chilling. You know, I'm resting my voice, seeing what's going on with that. So y'all just keep praying for me. I need to know who put in their black seed oil. I want to know about that. Somebody put that in there on Thursday. And then on Saturday I hung out with some amazing friends as well. Had a great time. Hadn't seen them since the pandemic, I believe. Then Sunday, what did I do Sunday? Sunday, I went running around because my friends kind of like bullied me and said I need to make some baskets. So I went running around making some baskets because they gave me basket orders. So that was kind of fun. And yesterday, I did nothing. And it was amazing to do nothing. So with that, I want to talk about another book. These books are coming in. I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting all these books, right? So this book is called Speak. Find your voice, trust your gut, and get from where you are to where you want to be. Yeah, this book is phenomenal. You can get it. I'm not even going to attempt to give the author's name, but someone recommended this book to me, and it was amazing. She says on her back cover, every day I see regular people push themselves out of their comfort zones. I see them reach out to each other. I see them connect and grow. And that's because I believe in some ways we're all the same. We all feel the same grief, joy, hope, and we all have the same capacity to create change for ourselves and others. So that's her comment back here on the back of the book. I want to say the book was $24.99. This was a hardback. You can also get it in soft cover as well, but this is a great book. Talking about Black History Month, I want to continue this. Talking about Black History Month, y'all, I don't know why people want to trip on Lift Every Voice and Sing. Seriously. So the Root did a very great write-up about it. And they were talking about it. And I want to say, and so should we. We should talk about this. The cause for Lift Every Voice and Sing to be banned and to be done away with. It's like, what? Talking about it was race baiting. Race isn't even mentioned in Lift Every Voice and Sing, but in the Star Spangled Banner, it is in the third stanza. So we got to talk about that. But y'all, this is our history. So once again, we have people calling on the NFL to ban it, to not allow it to be a part of games, Super Bowls, whatnot, and that it shouldn't even be in existence. So y'all, this is again this whole banning thing that's happening. Hear me. I know you all get tired of me. I probably get tired of myself talking about it, but we must continue to have this conversation. We would not be in this place if we would register to vote and vote. We have to. Now, y'all, you may think, Gail, not yet. 2024 is next year. I got that. But y'all, we don't have time to wait. We need to start our campaign today. Really encouraging people. Start with your 17s who's going to be turning 18. Start talking about voting, the importance of voting, and why we vote. Y'all, now we can deal with the fact that Books like this are trying to be banned. Our history is trying to be erased, and we need to really capture that to encourage people to vote. Kim Miller Edmondson said, "One day we'll realize we're all the same." Yeah, listen, listen. This is a phenomenal book, y'all. And I read all of them. I have a goal. It started out to read one book a month. Is now increased to 3 books a month. And I read. I love. I want to know what's happening. I want to hear the voices of other people and see where we're going. But listen, y'all, we need to start today educating our young people to vote and why. And now that we have information to say your history is being erased, and then show them, give them the documentation to let them see what's really happening, y'all. That is key. We need to keep talking about these things. We need to really express ourselves. Y'all have your iPad, your smartphone, or tell the young people, pull out your smartphone. Let's get you registered today. That can happen, y'all. We should not wait, because then we're in a rush. We should not wait. Thank you, Marion. Marion Jackson said, register to vote now. Your voice and vote matters. Absolutely. Deborah Johnson says the NFL is 78% African American. This is our anthem. There, that is. Hello, somebody. And not only that, the book, and I don't have it close to me, the book, The $40 Million Slave. Everyone needs to read that, because it's really talking about our Black football players that are playing their hearts out every week. Fred Jones says we also have to get some adults on board with voting. I agree with you, Fred. I had a conversation on Thursday after the show, when I went to, Thursday after the show. And we were having a conversation, and the person said, I just don't vote. I'm registered, but I just don't vote. And I said, that's the dumbest, and I did say the word, that I've ever heard in my life. I said, explain to me why that is. And they gave me this reasoning. And I thought, are you crazy? And it was like just propaganda that she was spewing. And I'm literally sitting across from her like, I think this person is in La La Land somewhere. So I said, well, I'm not going to force you to do anything. I said, but let me just give you some statistics. And we started talking, and I could tell, because she was real strong. I mean, I was like hitting a brick wall. But the more I calmly shared stuff with her, I saw her sit back in her chair, and she said, oh, I didn't know that. And I said, but you're quick to say this, but now you're saying, oh, I didn't realize that was happening. And I'm like, where have you been? And she said to me, I don't watch the news. And I said, that's the most dangerous thing you can do. I said, find you a trusted source. I said, find that one person that you trust, whoever that is, that one author who writes articles for news, an online news media, or someone. I said, find somebody you trust and listen to them. I said, and then don't leave it there. Go do your own research. If you hear something, you're like, I'm not too sure about that. I said, begin to Google. I said, now we have all this information at our fingertips. And I don't know why I'm giving you all this. I think I'm just on this morning, but we need to pay attention to that. Jeffrey Allen James says 78% Black players, but no Black owners. You're right. Roseanne said, so disrespectful to us all to try and take our history. That should make everyone vote. Rodessa, good morning to you. Rodessa, I think it was you. You got to tell me about this black seed oil, girl. You got to tell me about this. All right, y'all. In the news, at least 6 people were killed and 100 more are feared to be trapped under rubble after an aftershock 2 weeks later in the Turkey, northern Syria yesterday. The shocks came 2 weeks after, claimed almost 46,000 lives. Dozens have already weakened. Buildings are believed to have collapsed in the 6.3 and 5.8 magnitude quake. So that is happening. Y'all, former President Jimmy Carter, I'm sure you've already heard this already, but he has decided to go into hospice. Statement from the Carter Center says, after a series of short hospital stays, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter decided to spend his remaining time at home with his family and receive hospice care instead of additional medical intervention. He has the full support of his family and medical team. The Carter family asked for privacy during this time, and they're very grateful for the concern shown by so many of his admirers. Y'all, we just want to pray for that family. We understand his age, but death is hard for anybody, regardless of the age. And we looked at some hospice statistics and found that some people can be in hospice for up to 6 months. So we don't know when this is. So let's just continue to pray for them. Y'all, USA Today, that's happening Tuesday. USA Today headline reads 3 days, 10 mass shootings, more than 50 victims. US sees the worst weekend of 2023. That weekend happened February the 17th through 19th. Yeah, that's when it happened. 9 children were shot in a Georgia gas station. 6 people were killed in a Mississippi town. 11 people were shot in Memphis. 5 people were shot near the parade in New Orleans. 6 people were shot in Chicago Expressway. That's just half of the reported mass shootings, violence over the weekend. There were 10 from February the 17th through the 19th. And I don't know about you, but I didn't hear all of these. I began seeing reports, but I loved how USA Today packaged this together. And I wanted to share this with you from USA Today. It says there were 10 mass shootings from February 17th through the 19th, the most of any weekend so far this year, according to data from the Gun Violence Archives. This is considering all shootings from Friday to Sunday in which 4 or more people were shot, not including the shooter or shooters. So that is happening right now, y'all. So we need to be praying. And this is just February. We're not even into March yet. And that happened in 3 days. Y'all, the Supreme Court is hearing 2 cases this week that could redefine the rules of online speech and content moderation. The 2 cases deal with how social media companies have handled terrorist content and argue the company should be held responsible for their algorithm. Hello, Isaiah Jones. Kim Edmondson says, thank you for sharing. Didn't hear about that on any other network. It's amazing. I'm gonna come back to the Supreme Court in a moment. Thank you for raising that, Kim. It's amazing. And for those of you who don't understand how this works, to sit in this seat and make the commitment to bring you news. And I was watching news over the weekend and I was hearing things that I shared with you all 2 weeks ago. And I said, wow, we have the pulse of the news network. And yet we don't have a massive following. We have the reach. We have people who tune in. We'll talk about that in a few moments as well. But there should be a shift with the content that we bring. Now, my selfish side says this to all of you. My selfish side is I really kind of like seeing the people on the side and identifying with you and building a relationship with you and having this small like gathering, if you will. But y'all, people are missing some key information. So from my seat, I sit back and I say, thank you, God, for giving me the vision and the eyes and the ability to read and to comprehend this information so that I can share it. I literally sit back and say, what's important? What do I need to get out there? How soon do I need to get it out there? And as you all know, I'm not quick to put something out there just because I want to be the first. I want to make sure it's factual. So I really do pride myself. The team prides ourselves here at NewsInMotion to bring you the content. But the question is, what are you doing with the content and how are you sharing it? So be mindful of that. But I get excited about that. So thank you so much, Kim, for bringing that out. So y'all, again, the Supreme Court, they're hearing 2 cases this week, and this is dealing with the algorithm. Not only that, and this starts today and tomorrow, that the Supreme Court will take up 2 very distinct cases, one dealing with Google and the other with Twitter. And they were talking about how they should be able to be sued and punished for content on their sites. Now, at the heart of Gonzalez versus Google is Section 230. And this is all coming from the the Supreme Court of the United States website. Y'all check that out. Don't just take my word for it. Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act regulation that treat internet companies as publishing intermediaries, meaning they are not liable for content others post. Now, but if you dig into the background of that, if they're allowing this to happen and people are paying for the blue checks, they should be held liable. So they're talking about YouTube and Google and the algorithms that feature ISIS content as recommended videos, which means if the algorithm is up there, they're saying we recommend this video. And if they recommend this video, then they should be held liable for it. So there's a lot that's going on. That's why, again, even on this seat, I'm like being very careful. What do I share? How do I share it? How do I put it out there? Because if our algorithm goes up, I could be responsible. We could be responsible. The team, really just me. My name is on it. We can be responsible for what's happening. So they're dealing with that. And then the other case is Twitter versus Tamuth. Argues that Google, Twitter, and Facebook violated U.S. terrorism law by knowingly enabling ISIS to maintain some of their content on their platforms, despite companies' policies to limit it. Now they're hearing it, but we'll get a ruling in the summer. Now, Supreme Court is also they will also hear arguments on February the 28th in two cases dealing with the Biden administration's effort to cancel up to $20,000 in $20 million, in student loan debt for some borrowers, a program that could affect 40 million Americans. So that's going to happen all this month, and we will hear rulings in early summer. Speaking of the Biden administration, he's so smooth. I don't care what y'all say about him. Y'all can say he's old and 80. He's smooth. And he's the first president of the United States that decided to go into a war zone to secretly meet with somebody. Hello, somebody. He's so smooth. As the 1-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine nears, President Biden made an unannounced visit to Kyiv early yesterday morning. Yeah. Yesterday morning. The trip was officially, was it yesterday morning? Yeah. I'm trying to think of the time difference. The trip was officially finalized on Friday due to the risk involved. And only a few people knew. He is smooth. Y'all, he is smooth. He told the people, no phones. You can't bring any phones. They confiscated their phones when they were on Air Force One. They landed in Poland, then got on a train, took a 10-hour train ride to get to this location. He only took 2 journalists with him. Well, 1 journalist and 1 photographer, journalist. They were able to go. He selected them. They had just think you are somewhere not knowing what's about to happen and you don't have your phone. But then the Air Force One and some of our Marines and Army personnel who knew secretly were ready in case anything popped off. I was like, he's just so smooth. Y'all, he did that, got back. By then they could fly out, and then ended up in Poland. And then he's going to make a speech today. I couldn't do it. Okay, I'm 57. I couldn't do all that. Y'all, he's 80. He can do whatever he wants to. Stop talking about this man's age. Y'all, seriously. So Air Force One for this trip was the plane typically used for domestic travel to small airports. The plane took off from Maryland, and then it went to Poland. And then again, he took the 10-hour ride to avoid the Ukrainian airspace. Y'all, sirens were going off. He ain't even flinch. Y'all, he's that kind of smooth, okay? Kim Edmondson said he did that sneak move, just straight smooth. Dr. Antoinette said, yes, he did. Jeffrey Allen James said he did all that with the air raid sirens going off. Yes, and didn't even flinch. He was like, okay. He knew his people would show up and get him. I said, this could be a movie. It could be a straight movie. Y'all, also, while he was there, he announced that he would give $500 million a new round of aid. Now that part I'm a little like, Joe, really? But okay. All right, whatever. Also, Japan pledges $5.5 billion in aid to Ukraine as well. Now, speaking of aid and speaking of being able to sneak in and keeping things secret as they should, no one should have known that. Now, some of the other people are really upset that they didn't know that he was going to Ukraine. Get over yourself, seriously. This is how you deal with top secret certified documents. Hello, somebody. But after 15 votes to become speaker, he did something yesterday that was a part of his negotiation with the MAGA people in the chamber. Y'all, Speaker McCarthy gave Tucker Carlson January 6th tapes, 41,000 hours of tapes from January the 6th, the insurrection. And people are upset. And I would be, and you should be too. He will have all where he will show where all of the cameras are, where they took our representatives to hide, where the tunnels are located. He has 41,000 hours of tape. And here's the other thing, that should be illegal. If you're going to give it to people, give it to everybody, give it to every news source. So you have conspirators, Tucker Carlson, with this classified information. To me, this is classified documents. January 6th committee only shows certain things because of the legality to it and because of the privacy and because of the security measures. Why does this man have this? Seriously, this is where DOJ Attorney General Merrick Garland, what are you doing? You should shut that down immediately and confiscate those tapes and say this cannot happen. So this was a part of his negotiation. He followed through to keep his seat. And this was a part of them saying, oh, where's the tapes? You need to turn those over. And he said, oh, okay. So he turned those over. 41,000 hours of security measure tapes. Who does that? You're risking all of us. You're risking us. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Dr. Antoinette said, Page and Garland. There it is. There it is. It's ridiculous. So, y'all, that is happening. That is happening. Again, back to voting. We allowed these people to get in here. We did. We did. Marjorie Taylor Greene should not be in this chamber. She should not be. George Santos, Anthony DeVoyer, whatever his name is, should not be in there. Seriously. Now, if you ask me, maybe it's because I'm getting up in age. I don't know. There's sometimes wisdom with age, not with everybody, because what Kevin McCarthy just did, that's not wisdom. Sometimes wisdom comes with age. Seriously. And so, yes, we want to see young people run and do what they do, but make sure they can handle the office of what it is they're walking into. Do they know about foreign policy? Do they know about economics? Can they count 2 + 2 = 4? Can they do these things? Can they build a reputation and build relationships? Y'all, there's so much when it comes to voting. If you received the e-news on yesterday, I even have a section in there. I have stuff from the White House, and I have a section in there that talks about running for office. Y'all, if you are interested, check it out. But make sure you check every box that's on there. It's not a popularity contest, y'all. There's work, there's laws, there's regulations, there's policies, there's standards, there's wisdom that we need to really pay attention to. Yeah, I'm on a soapbox today, but you turned over 41,000 hours that are risking the lives of people. Are you serious? Did you not remember that some man went to Speaker Pelosi's house at the time and took a hammer to her husband's head? They were looking for her. Do you not know or remember what happened with the governor in Michigan? They were about to kidnap her. You don't remember those things? And you're going to release these kind of security measure tapes? Are you serious? Come on, even one of your own, Josh Hawley, was caught running. He's running. He's running. He's running for cover. He's hiding. Yeah, but you just gave up 41,000 hours of tape. I'm with Dr. Antoinette. Page and Garland, where are you? You need to confiscate those tapes. They should not be released to anybody, especially not to a Tucker Carlson. I said what I said. All right, y'all, people are over it. Bloomberg is reporting. Yeah, y'all, people are working less. So they did a report in the UK. The results are in that they're going to stick with their 4-day work week. People are saying, I don't feel like working. I don't know if COVID did it or people just got into this place. They're just like, I ain't working all these days. I'm not working all these hours. I can produce what I can produce in the time that I'm working. Just pay me for my work. So y'all, over 60 companies and nearly 3,000 employees in the UK participated in the study, trying out the shorter work week. They said, this is cool. We're going to keep it just like this. So 90% said that they were going to keep it and it's going to become permanent. They're like, you're not doing this. Y'all, as of yesterday, I don't know what's happening here. I like snow. Boo me if you want to. I love the snow. I'm so mad that we haven't had no real snow. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Regina said people are tired. They like, I ain't working. I ain't doing this. You want me to? Have y'all seen the video? Side note. Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's a new week. Y'all know I can go off the rail every now and then. That's happening Tuesday. Have y'all seen the video? If not, y'all let me know. I'm gonna send it to you. I think I still have it. There's this reel of this girl talking about, can you just make me to be a tree? And so she says, yeah, have y'all seen that? It's amazing. It's so true. She said, God, next time when I come back, can I just be a tree? She says, you got me washing dishes, doing laundry, caring for the kids, going grocery shopping, cleaning. She names off all these things. She kept on saying, God, can you just let me be a tree? She goes, God, if you let me come back, can I just be a tree for a while? Just let me be a tree. And then she gives this whole laundry list. And then she goes, and I haven't even put in the time that I had to work to make some money. That is true. Yeah, Regina, people are tired. And Misha said, get somebody else to do it. Yeah, y'all got to see this thing. I'm going to have to find it and put it on here. She goes, can I just be a treat? It's the most hilarious thing. All right, y'all. Weather is just berserk going everywhere. As of yesterday, 17 million people are under a winter weather warning in the West. They said there are frigid temperatures are likely. They said the South and the Mid-Atlantic region temperatures are expected to climb near 90 degrees in some spots. It's like, what is happening? They said over the next 48 hours, weather throughout the United States could be 100-degree temperature spread from North Dakota to Florida. And this is per CNN weather people. I'm like, how can all this be happening? Like, even I'm in Ohio. The southern side of Ohio, I'm not quite in the southern, I'm like in the middle somewhere. We're getting the 72-degree temperature, but it's supposed to be a daggone winter storm in Cleveland. How can that happen? How can that happen? Y'all better recognize what's happening. All right, y'all, this should not even be a discussion. Hats off to United Airlines if I'm supposed to give you kudos, but they said they're going to make it easier for families to sit together with children under 12 without making them pay extra money. Really? Why did the Biden administration have to issue this? Number one, who I don't know about y'all. I used to fly all the time. I don't want to sit next to your kid if you 10 rows in front of me. I'm not babysitting on the plane. I'm not doing that. Why wouldn't airlines do this anyway and not charge them? You got the tickets for the family. Just let them sit together. Seriously. I've been on planes where people say, can we sit together? Or two people who just got married and they sit and I'm like, no, we ain't doing this. Come over and sit. There's been times my husband and I went two separate ways to let a newlywed couple sit together. It's like, why do we do this? Why are we doing this? Yeah, it's just crazy. So that's happening. Y'all, if you don't know it is Fat Tuesday, that's happening. Y'all, USA Today reports cities around the world are set to celebrate Mardi Gras today, the final day before the Christian fasting and religious observant period of Lent begins. Y'all, that begins tomorrow. So decide today what you're doing to kick off tomorrow. And y'all, it's for 40 days. It is for 40 days. So decide what you're going to do. Make your commitment. You're not doing it for Jesus. You're doing it for yourself. So decide what you want to do if you do anything at all. So New Orleans, home to the best known Fat Tuesday festivities in the U.S. They're set to have 1 million visitors today. And they're looking at 1 billion in revenue. So all that's happening, y'all, on this Tuesday. Keeping up with what Isaiah shared last week on NewsInMotion. I wasn't at the bomb and I didn't forget his presentation. I just decided not to release it yesterday because I had a whole Lent series going, but y'all gonna get it. And remember, y'all have to credit him. It's his stuff. I got his name down there at the copyright date. Y'all can't go copying it or doing anything. If you want one-on-one coaching session with Isaiah, it's $100 for 1 hour. That's what it is. That dude did all his research. Pay him. So y'all, Facebook now wants you to get a blue check, but they want you to pay for it. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. It's like, what? So Meta is rolling out a paid verification service for Facebook and Instagram accounts in an effort to bolster protection against fraudulent users. You just can't protect my page. I'm so sick of people hacking into my page, cloning my page, doing some other. I can't even get into Instagram right now through computer. I can get in through my phone, my mobile app, but I can't even get in. So somebody's in hacked it some kind. I don't know what's out there. I don't even fight it anymore. It's like, why? So you want me to pay you to not have somebody clone me? Are you serious right now? Seriously? That's how you want to operate? Yeah, that comes back to shadow banning. That's what's happening there. Let me see. Deborah's saying, I'm definitely eating today. So you're going on Lent tomorrow. I see. Mike Nicholson says capitalism. Lori says it's supposed to be 72 here tomorrow. Yes, it is. Lori says, as a parent, wouldn't want to see their kids sitting next to a stranger who could be anyone. Maybe it's just me. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm glad United and the other airlines should follow suit. Um, Kim says, I'm fixing jambalaya. Well, everybody else go to Kim's house. Mike Nicholson says, I be telling couples they sit next to me. Stop, Mike. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. All right, y'all. So that is the news. That's happening Tuesday. That is the news. Let me give you the inspirational message. Many people are talking about everything that's happening at Ashbury Christian College University in Kentucky. Well, we saw a release today that the president of the school, after so many people in this small town are beginning to complain about the number of people that are coming in, that they will end it this week. And having a conversation early this morning, one thing I want to share with you, and I now get it. The revival just isn't in Kentucky, y'all. We are the revival. It's up to us to take it out here and do what we've been called to do. You know, we it's easy for us to be a spectator, but it's something totally different to walk in that call and to walk in that anointing. And I believe something is happening. I know Pastor Timothy Carpenter and his wife Denise Carpenter were at Denison University on Friday night. I saw some of that live on Facebook. Some young students came together and students started showing up at the auditorium there. There's been some other colleges and universities where students are meeting together and prayer is happening and lives are changing. The thing is, y'all, this should not just be for the moment. This should be something that is continuing. And there can be a rapid fire that is lit if we just make the determination to come together and seek the face of God. And really repent of our sins and turn from our wicked ways. Y'all know what the word says. Then he will hear from heaven and will heal the land. And I don't know about you, but I think our land needs healing. I think our land needs healing in these seasons. There's so much going on. I just gave y'all a report of 10 mass shootings in one weekend with 50 victims. What's going to change that? Prayer. I just gave y'all information of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, giving Tucker Carlson 41,000 hours of content that's going to mess up security. The only way that's going to stop, we have to pray. I just shared with you all how we have even the algorithm that's happening on social media and all the information that's being spewed on social media. How are we going to stop that? Through prayer. I just talked about this weather pattern. It's crazy, straight crazy. How are we going to stop that? Through prayer. I just talked about the Russia and the Ukraine war that Russia started for no reason at all. That's now been into going into a year. How is that going to stop? Through prayer. We're talking about things that are happening at the Supreme Court. How is that going to stop? Through prayer. We're talking about earthquakes in Turkey and North Syria. How is that going to stop? And how is that land going to be healed? Through prayer. We even talked about a song, lift every voice and sing. How are we going to get the naysayers to close their mouths? Through prayer. We even talked about our business highlight today, Kennedy Cakes. How is she going to soar and be successful? Through prayer. What I would like for you all to do as we're going into Lent tomorrow, I want to start. We want to go back to get your prayer requests. We want to get your prayer requests. If you're vulnerable enough, post them in the thread. If not, DM us or text me or email us. Isaiah, if you put the email up, that'll be great. The email is newsinmotion@gmail.com. Send us your prayer requests. In my office, I have a wall of prayer. I pray for everybody that's on my wall of prayer. I've been having a wall of prayer for for about 15 years. And it's amazing how people's prayers are answered. It's nothing magical about my wall. It's nothing magical about me praying. I just make a concerted effort to make sure I pray for every name on there. I ask God to have his way and do what he chooses to do. So y'all, if you want to send in your prayer requests as we're going into Lent, send in your prayer requests. Again, newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com, or put it in the thread, whatever that looks like. The other thing, if you receive the e-news, that's free. I don't know why somebody's not on that list. If you receive the e-news, I sent y'all the PDF from a Daniel study. That was just week 1. I have every week. I will be sending them each week, maybe a couple times in the week, to make sure you get them all. Y'all study that, see that, understand that, go for that. I see Adrienne popping in here again. Y'all, Adrienne's in there. I'm telling y'all, her stuff is thebomb.com. So make sure y'all check with her. Again, that email for Kennedy Cakes is KKAKES. I think I said it right, .com. We have it up there. Y'all remember the image that we posted up? Isaiah, if you pop that back up there, since I'm bringing it on, I'm going to say it wrong. KKAKES.com. Make sure y'all support her. Thank you, Isaiah. But y'all, seriously, when we consider what it is we are committing to do, we can see a great move of God. We can see it. We just have to surrender ourselves to receive what thus saith the Lord. And for those of you who may be new to News in Motion, we do the inspirational message every day. And I've been very transparent. I am a follower of Jesus. I'm a believer. So you always going to get that bent from me when it gets to inspirational message. We have people from other walks of life who have been with us from day one. They stay on and they take what they want from the inspirational message. But we want to pray for you for these 40 days. We want to pray for you. So make sure you send us our prayer request. So the Daniel study is out there. And then on this Friday, y'all, it's free coaching on this Friday. So many people have been telling me that they're just living through the storm. And they're like, how do I keep living in the middle of a storm? And when I say storm, I'm not talking about a snowstorm or a blizzard or a hurricane or a tsunami or an earthquake, nothing like that. I'm talking about just life storms. And the number of things I've heard from people, I heard from young girls who say, postpartum is about ready to wipe me out. And I pray with them. I've talked to people who are saying, I just need to release myself from going to alcohol. How do I do this? I've talked with people who said, I don't know how to make ends meet. And so God said, do a free coaching session. So it's a group coaching session. It will begin this Friday. It will be every Friday through Lent, except and Good Friday. I decided to do it on Good Friday as well. So it'll be every Friday through Lent. You have to register. It's free, y'all, but you have to register. You have to register. That link, I don't have it. Isaiah, do we have that link? That link is in the e-newsletter, but we'll make sure we'll have it to post up here tomorrow as well. I don't think I have it. Isaiah, I don't think we have it, to be honest. So it's my fault, but we'll get that to all of you. Or just put in DM us and say you want the link to register, and we'll register. It'll be on Fridays, and it'll be at 12 noon Eastern time, right about 45 minutes. A lot of content I'm going to be sharing, biblical content I will be sharing there, talking through that. So if you want to join us, there's your opportunity to do that. All right, y'all, I think that's all I have today. Y'all, I slept yesterday, so I was pumped today. I'm sure you could tell. And then don't forget this book. This is a great book, a great book. And just because y'all see a woman on here, man, don't mean you can't read it. I would say read this book as well. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I say. Stay well, everyone. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.
News in motion.